this stuff gets embedded in people's minds, and it's a perfect example of a lot of things that we might grow up with being told enough times to where it's almost like it's embedded in our mind to the point where even if you look up something and it's been proven and debunked multiple various times by multiple sources, you're still in the back of your head that thing that you've been constantly told almost all your life. It's almost like you have to really fight that resistance or whatever. But maybe that's going a little bit too extreme. But I was sick for about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was starting to get better. We got past the sore throat phase, and most of once you get past that, and you feel like you get the fever, and your joints start feeling weak and all that kind of stuff, and then now you're at that stage where you have that mucus or whatever in your body's basically like the aftermath of having a cold, and now your body's trying to rid itself of all the debris, all that kind of stuff. Basically, the stuff that's left over in your throat or whatever, and your if you have congestion, and I went downstairs. I went upstairs and I was really, one of the days I was really just craving Nesquik and Milo. I don't know if anybody's had that kind of stuff, but Milo I didn't really grow up too much on. I think maybe like well, actually I did a little bit, but more so Nesquik. And I was really craving it one day. So I went and I had some, right? And I was on the phone with somebody. I was on the phone with somebody. Tell me why this girl said, "Oh yeah, you shouldn't be drinking that. You're you're recovering from a cold. It's just gonna make it worse and extend the time that you have to recover. And if you drink milk, it's gonna make it worse." I'm saying, bro, that is one of the biggest myths that has been told all over the place. And, oh, I don't, what are you talking about? All right, well, I mean, whatever happens, happens to you. I'm like, bro, literally look it up. Literally look it up. Doesn't want to look it up. So I send a screenshot because there was one thing. I'm not even gonna get into that. So I sent a screenshot. Boom. And then she's like, all right, I'm gonna ask AI. Okay, cool. Ask AI. That's cool. Looks up on Cloud and ChatGPT. Oh, does milk make your cold worse? Does milk increase the mucus that you have, increase the production of the mucus that you have and make it worse? No, it doesn't, bro. And that's literally what it told her. So I'm saying, bro, it's just hilarious how some people will follow these silly things that they've been told for all their life, and it doesn't occur at least once. Is this really the truth, or should I do a little bit of research? Or maybe I've heard a different opinion or a different thought. Maybe I should do some research on this as opposed to just saying, "Oh yeah, no, what I'm saying is fact, bro. That's what I've been told by my parents on my life. That's what I've been told by my superiors or my guardians or whatever all my life. So that's just what it is." You know what I'm saying? And you don't actively search for enough information for you to develop your own thoughts on that. Is that really the truth? Or is that what you've been told and you haven't actually developed your own thoughts? And even after you get that information, maybe you still believe that. Maybe you still don't want to believe, but at least now you are aware of what other people are saying. You know what I'm saying? This isn't really a video I want to get too deep on. I just found it really funny, man. Something as simple as that. And I actually even saw a few forums that were saying as long as you're drinking fluids that are warm, that's still doing better than you not doing anything at all. And that's the funny thing too, because again, if one of the things that you also notice as well is that milk, I'm not going to get into the specific. You can, if anyone's actually watching this stuff, you can look that stuff up on your own. But milk leaves a feeling when you're drinking it, because it's a different type of texture than like a water or different types of liquids. So it leaves that feeling and it makes it feel as if the mucus is, I believe, thicker. I think that's what it is. I mean, I can look it up right now. I can look it up right now. But it basically, I don't. It basically leaves a different feeling than than other things. So it gives you that feeling that, oh, I'm probably making this worse when you're really not doing anything. It's just a feeling that it gives, and then it goes away. Because I think is what I was saying. Okay, so look, does milk make your cold worse? Make your cold worse? Let's do cold worse. No, milk does not make your cold worse. Increase mucus production. Despite common belief, studies show the feeling, is what I was referring to, of increased mucus after drinking milk is due to temporary coating in the mouth and throat. Boom. You can look at the rest if you want to, but that's really what it is. And it's hilarious because you have so many different things that we're taught as children or taught as teens, and or we just develop our own thoughts of, oh, this must be the way it is, and it's on so many larger scales in life, and we're led to believe these funny things. I just find it funny, man. But yeah, milk does not make it cold worse, bro. And on a larger scale, for anything, bro, if you have thoughts about something or you've been led to believe something, bro, do your own research. And if you aren't able to access that information, don't go ahead and start writing off stuff as if it's facts. When, bro, that's just based off the limitation of the limited knowledge that you know. A lot of people kind of close their mind off, and that's a separate topic. But it's funny to see, man. It's funny to see. But at the end of the day, everybody's different. So look, that's the way you want to move. Sometimes it's easier, I guess, on your mind. I guess if you want to look at it that from that perspective, it's easy on people's mind. Not everybody wants to, actively search out everything. And even I don't want to actively search out everything. But basic stuff like that, man. Basic stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm not somebody who gets sick often, but for people that get sick often and are also believing that, I mean, damn, bro, you can barely drink milk or certain dairy products like you want to because you're saying, oh, damn, I'm gonna make my cold worse. When all you gotta do is type something up and boom, there's the knowledge.